It's the big political story of the week. Tomorrow night's presidential debate. No matter what the outcome, I've been saying the mainstream media is already calling it a win for President Obama. Here are two headlines from the Washington Post today, quoting both. Romney forced to play defense. Headline 2, Mitt Romney versus Mitt Romney. Oh, and President Obama will be there too. Now, look who's here. Bill O'Reilly is the author of the new book, Killing Kennedy, The End of Camelot. Bill is here with us in New York, and it's a great pleasure to have you with us, Bill.
Thank you, Stuart.
You were very restrained there whilst we were talking about GM and Ford and the banks and Wall Street. How do you hold yourself back?
Because I'm not as smart as you guys.
Oh, stop.
See, I don't know what, you know. I feel bad. I agree that the stock market is Vegas now, and that's why people aren't going in.
I got to tell you, Bill, when people like you, such a powerful, influential guy, says that, you know, what do you say then to the family that retires and they have no money because they didn't invest in the market because Bill O'Reilly said it was rigged?
I didn't say it was rigged. I said that's a perception. But I will say it's rigged.
You didn't expect to be ambushed, did you? You did not expect ambush.
Charles can ambush me anytime he wants. Here's my advice to everybody watching. I have 30% of my portfolio in equities.
Okay.
All right? And I've kept it there. I haven't deviated from it. Right. And I will keep it there until I die. 30%. That's it. And the rest is in muni bonds and high yield corporate bonds and things like that. So I think that. But do I trust the stock market to put more than 30% in? No.
You do not. I want to go rapid fire through 3 different subjects, then the book. Number 1, I've been saying the media spin. I know you're from the no spin zone. I say the media spin will be all Obama wins the debates.
Yeah, but it's probably true, but doesn't matter because Romney's going to have his chance to get before the American public and do what Reagan did in 1980. And
but he's got a leapfrog over the media. The media will be against him. No matter what his performance, they will do him down.
That doesn't matter, Stuart. Enough people will see with their own eyes that the media will have not as much influence on the debates. So Romney's got to channel Reagan. He's got to really bring it to President Obama as Reagan brought it to President Carter. He's got to do that.
Number 2, you've said on your program that America will go bankrupt with Obamacare. You still hold that?
Well, it's Obamacare in the combination with the entitlement culture. That once you get into an area where you just can't possibly pay your bills, which is where we are now, and there is no restraint by the Democratic Party, they don't want to cut spending anywhere because it's their lifeblood. They win elections by giving people things. Then you're headed for Greece. You're headed for the Acropolis.
Well, that's the question, isn't it? Look, this is not the America that I came to.
No, absolutely.
It's not what I think of as America.
It's a changing because society is very competitive now, much more so than it used to be. It's harder to succeed than it used to be. And a lot of people just give up early and say, I'm entitled, give me mine, and I'll settle for that.
But they're encouraged to give up. They're encouraged to think somebody else will take care of me.
And not only that, they provide excuses for failure in public schooling. Oh, it's not your fault, little Timmy. Right. It's not your fault you didn't do your homework. Your father yelled at you. You know, that kind of garbage.
You think we have changed that much?
Yes.
That America is a different place today than it was 4 years ago? Really?
Oh, way different. But it's not just the mentality, it's the Internet. Everybody's got the blueberries and the cranberries and the blackberries, and they got the things in their ears, and they're texting like zombies. You don't think that affects thinking? You don't think that saps motivation? Sure, they create their own little fantasy worlds. They don't have to live in the real world. They go home, the first thing they do is turn on a PC.
How do you bring that back? That's not going to
How do you bring it back?
Yeah, how do you change that?
It's not going to come back. So that there's going to be a few, 20%, that rule, and they're going to be 80%, as H.G. Wells predicted, who are just going to be walking around with the little blueberries in their ears.
And to your point, Bill, I think that 20%, I think the majority are going to be people who are born outside of this country and come here.
Some, look, motivation is what Americans need to rise, right? Internet saps motivation because it's a passive activity. All you do is look, and you don't do anything. You don't accomplish anything. You just stare at porn or games or whatever it is that you want.
I think vigorous growth in the American economy really does turn that around because it offers opportunity to go out, make some money, make something of yourself, regardless of your staring at the Internet.
And the kids are addicted The children of this country are getting addicted to these machines.
Give me growth, Bill. Give me growth every day.
Okay. Yeah, it can grow all you want. If they're addicted, you're not going to get them out of there.
All right. Killing Kennedy.
Yes.
You are #1 in news in the United States of America. I think you're also the #1 author in the United States.
Well, we're the highest nonfiction sellers now. I'm really happy about this because these books are worthy in the sense that they get people re-engaged with their country. You know, Killing Lincoln, you want to know about the best president ever? Abraham Lincoln, and he was. You read that book and you'll know. Kennedy, when he was shot, I was a freshman at Chaminade High School, Mineola, Long Island. And I remember, and everybody remembers alive where they were, all right? But I never really knew how he got killed. That's why I wrote the book.
Are you engaging in the conspiracy theory?
No conspiracies.
Was he the lone gunman, Lee Harvey Oswald?
Yes, it was. But there were unsavory people around Oswald. Some of them we'd be able to define, and some of them we haven't. So that there are unanswered questions. But reading Killing Kennedy, you'll know all about John F. Kennedy, everything about him, all right? What kind of guy he was, and you can make your decision whether he was good or bad. And then you'll know how he was killed. Because I got access to the FBI guys who covered the case. They've never spoken to anybody before. They spoke to me. All of it's new. And every page you're going to go, your head is going to snap back. Yeah. And we talk about Marilyn Monroe, Frank Sinatra, Sam Giancana, all of these people who were swirling around the Kennedy presidency.
You know, we really respect you as an author, a newsman.
Thank you.
And this is a financial program, and we really respect the fact that a lot of the money from these books, a lot of money, goes to charity, doesn't it?
Well, we set up a charity named after my mother and father, Winifred and William O'Reilly. And by the way, my maternal grandmother was Kennedy, Winifred Kennedy. That's on my mother's side. And I've set up a foundation, and we try to do as much as we can. We have this crazy debate on Saturday night with Jon Stewart. The Rumble, 2012.com.
Sold out?
Oh, at George Washington University, it sold out in 5 minutes.
I thought so.
But you can see it on the net for $5. So even you, Stuart, will pony up the 5. And what it is half the money that we get goes to charity from the Rumble. And it's Saturday night, 8 o'clock. The Rumble 2012.com is where you get it. And if you can't watch it on Saturday, if you buy the little package, you can watch it when you want.
You, sir, are